How's it going? So we are given a data set like this, all right, and we want to, let's say, create a table out of it, right? So we want to take first two rows and output year like this. So it will be like year 1880, 1881, 1882. So how do we go from here, from comma separate value file to a table? Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we need to extract values from it, right? So we're gonna use fetch. Honestly, let's just use Axios. Axios is easier, I think. Axios get, and then the entire URL, right? And we need to do await as well in here because it's a async function, right? And then let data equals await response dot data. And then we're gonna console log data. Let's just do our magical thingy like so. Yeah, so right now it has nothing. Let's reload. Let's see. Okay, so this is the entire data, and you can see it's black. That means it's a string. So this is all a big gigantic string, right? Now it is separate. There is a separator, because if you look in here, you see it splits and it's non-breaking space. So we can use this space to divide our data. This is gonna get a little bit confusing, but bear with me, okay? Bear with me. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna remove this console log. We're gonna split the data into rows, right? So let rows equals data split, and then we're gonna do like so. Now if we're gonna console log rows, what we should get, we're gonna get a gigantic array with every single entry being a row, right? Yes, that's exactly what we're getting. You see, we have an array with 101 entry, and every single entry in the array is a row. So this is index 0 because there is an invisible non-breaking space separator. Then we have this one, index 1, index 2, index 3, right? So if we want to display that, we can just use the map method, right? So we can do this dot map value console log value. Okay, so now we are mapping through every single entry in the array, and we're getting these entries, right? So it looks exactly like this one here, but fundamentally they're different. This is a gigantic string, and this is an array split up into values, right? Split up into entries. Now they look the same, but they're fundamentally different. Remember that, right? Because with a string, we can't really work unless we do regex, but with an array, it's much easier to work. Okay, so the next thing we can do is we can split, or well, let's slice it and take only first 3 rows. Okay. Map value console log value. Okay, let's see. So this should give us only first, yeah. So you see now we have only first 3 rows. Because what we did was we just sliced the array. So we took index 0, which is our year, whatever, the first row, and we sliced the index 3, which is our second row, right? Now, slice method does not include the last one, so it sliced at index 2 without including the index 3. All right, and then we map through it so we can see. Oh, my apologies. I just done this so many times. Okay, so now we have our rows, right? So the next thing is, so if we just console, we don't need the map method in here. It's already a map method, right? I think. Yeah, because it's already a map method inside. Okay, so now if we console log rows, we're going to get an array with 3 entries in it, right? And every entry, first entry is going to be our row 1, which is like year, date, blah, 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 and then actual values twice. Yeah, so that's exactly what we're getting, you see? We have row 1, which is our name, like names, and then we have actual values, which is row 1 and then row 2. Well, you see, so this is array entry 1, array entry 2, array entry 3. So this gives us our rows, all right? So now how do we get columns, right? So we just want console log to display year and then whatever, 1880. So we want it to be year and then this and this. So the way to do that is let column 1 equals rows dot map value console log. So this will show us, this will give us a replica. It will give us every row individually. We don't need to console log this anymore. We'll just do this. Yeah, so you see now we have them individually. So now we just want to split them by, if we split them by comma, this will give us, they're just going to be arrays with indexes inside. All right, so the way to do that is dot split by comma. Okay, so now every row is going to be an array now with every value separated by comma. And of course, because it's an array, we can access the index, right? Because we know that year is index 0, right? Now, you cannot do it on a string because it will return value y. Because I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking to yourself, why don't I just do this? Now, if you're going to do this, you're going to get, you see, it works, but the problem is it only returns y, 1, 1, because that's the index in the string. So that's not going to work, right? So we need to go back to dot slice. So first we slice by the comma. We first slice by the comma, right? Oh, my apologies, split. We first split by the comma. So now we know that full name year and full year 1811, whatever, is the index 0, right? So we just put index 0 and voila, it works, you see? So now, of course, you can just build a table out of this because you have your values out and you can just put it into a table now. I'm not going to show you how to build a full table, honestly. Well, I can. Okay, let's just do a table. It doesn't matter. Let's do a table. So now we want to put set final data to rows. Okay. So now we can work with set final data. So we're gonna make a table with, let me just think for a sec. Yeah, so we're just gonna make a very quick table with this, this, and this. Okay. So we need row 1, 2, 3 and column 1, 2, 3. All right. So let's do the table. Where is our template for the table? Table and HTML. So the first entry is probably going to be table, right? Yep. The second entry is going to be table row. Well, table row is already there, so we need to probably start mapping it, right? So let's console log value. Let's see what's inside in here. This should give us rows, right? Oh, whoops. We need final data because now final data is the yeah. Let row split equals to value dot split by comma. So now we have them separated by commas, right? I'll just quickly console log this bad boy. See what happens. Okay. So now every single value, is now, okay. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, this is a bit technical. If we do them all by th, they're gonna be all black. Then let's do table description will be better, I think. And then we can apply heading to, yeah. So this will be, oh, whoops. So this will be row split 0, row split 1, and then row split 2, right? I think that's the way to do it. Yeah. Honestly, I know why it works, but I find it hard to explain it. Because row split, right? Row split gives us um, because look, you see, when you split the rows, you get every single row is now an array with values in it that has an index. All right. So if you want to get year, it's gonna be at index 0. If you want to get globe, it's index 1 and then index 2. Does that make sense? Right. So that's why we are returning a table row with entries of row split 0, 1, 2. And this gives us this basically. Basically, don't try to follow all of this at the same time. Step by step, console log stuff, and you will get it. And do this exercise like maybe 10 times, and you will understand it, okay? Take care. Oh, we're still recording. All right, so let's take it a step further, all right? Let's actually produce, as opposed to producing 3, right? As opposed to producing 3, let's produce the entire table just in the HTML canvas, right? And let's also let us also decorate it a little bit, right? No. Yeah, let's just do this. Oh, whoops. I should have not done that. Should do this in here. So I think that there is no CSS import. Yeah. Import dot app CSS. There you go. So now this should have. Yeah, so you see now we have some borders around it. So now, okay, so it's complaining that it doesn't have a key value. We can give it a key equals, yeah, we'll give it row split 0. Yeah, let's just do row split 0. It will stop complaining then. Honestly, to be like the easiest way to get rid of keys is to just put index in here, honestly. Let's just do this. Whoops. So let's put index in here, like so. And then index. And then they should stop complaining. TR cannot appear as a child of table, and T body, T head. No, everything is fine. Because now what we're gonna do is we're going to use a for each loop. Like this. Rows split dot for each value. Right? We're gonna console log a value. Value rows. Let's do value rows. Otherwise we might get confused between this value and this value here. Let's see. Yes, that's exactly what we're looking for. We don't want to console log this. Okay, so you see now it gives us every single entry. Because now what it's doing, it iterates through every single row and every single individual value inside the row. So now all we have to do is just put these values into a table description tag. So it's going to be table description like this, then value rows. Yeah, like this, I think, right? I think they should do it then. Or we need a for each loop. Wait a minute. Well, how many table rows does it return? Let's do this. Yeah, it should be 3. That's correct. That is correct. All right, so I think we need a 4. No, 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 I'm doing something wrong. Wait. Because row split length is 2, right? I think they should do it. My apologies. Let me just fix it, and then I will get back to you. 1 sec. Okay, so I fixed it. Bottom line, the issue was that for some reason, for each does not work in React. I don't understand why. Because look, if you swap to for each, it doesn't work. But if you swap to map, it works. Oh, yeah. Because map returns a array that is then, yeah. It makes sense now. Yeah. Basically, don't use for each in React. That's it. And now we have our table. Now, there's a bit of complaining in React because it wants you to have, table head, table description. I'm just using basic HTML tables. So you see, that's why it asks you to have table body, table head, table foot, whatever. I'm just using this one. So, it's very simple. But React doesn't like it. Bottom line is we've done it, okay? So we basically, row split has, it's an array that has 3 entries in it, and each entry is a single column. And that's why we were able to, we map through it, right? So if you look at the map, you see, so this is an array with values in it, like year, wherever. And then we mapped through this array and we returned a table description with each entry. So this will give us like table description index 0, which is year, table description, index 1, which is globe, blah, blah, blah. Then it went into, right, it went into array 2. Again, it's complaining about the keys, but I'm not going to fix this in here. It's just, it's very basic. Oh, let me fix that. Okay. Because it's complaining about the key. Oh, let me just do this. Key is equal to value each. There you go. Problem solved, boys. You see, no more complaints. Now, because there is a duplicated key, it's going to complain. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Right, so it went into the next row, which is this row in here, and then it went through values and put them into description. And then it went to row 3, and then it looked through every single value and displayed in here, and that's it. And you can do it with like infinite number of entries. So if we remove the slice, it will do all of them, I think, right? If we remove. Yeah, you see, so now we have the entire table isn't here now. The entire bloody table. We just put the slice back in, so it looks better. Okay, done. Take care.